give away the book, and you just sell the ones that buy. And they tell you, the sales are good. We won't bother you, David. Just keep doing what you're doing. In fact, you know the 10 set of books called Bible stories, 10 blue books, what, Bible history, or whatever, Bible story, right? By Maxwell. We came up with an idea in Bolivia. Why don't we read through the books on television? Like, here's Aunt Carol or Aunt Betty reading the books. Hi, children. Today we're going to read chapter 15 of book number 2, the story of Esther, right? And they just sit in front of the camera, they read it, and we put different pictures on. We scan the things, and little children are listening. A great little story. Did you like sitting on your mother's lap when she read you stories? Well, don't you think people on TV would like to sit there and listen to some simple little program like that? So we decided to do that. So I had my team call Pacific Press. We'd like to record the video on the books reading on television. Can we do that? Absolutely not. So I said, you guys, you all don't know how to do anything. Good night. Don't you know how to... Let me do it. Picked up the book. Hello. This time I'm going to talk to the Inter-American Publishing Association. They have co-writes. Hello, this is Inter-American Division Publishing Association? Yes. This is David Gates. Oh, hello, Pastor Gates. How are you doing? Yes, I'd like to talk to the person in charge about some books. Sure, just a minute. They connected me to the director. Okay. Hi, Pastor Gates. How are you doing? I have a question. We just love those books that you have so much. We want to help you sell more books. We're planning on doing a series of short videos featuring those books. And then at the end, we'll put a web page where people can go buy them. Would you approve for us doing advertising for your book? Oh, what a wonderful idea. Full rights. Go ahead. Do you think they'll sell more books? Oh, absolutely. But if you just say, can we use it? No, we're not giving anything away. So we have to understand our Adventist mentality is flawed. If we have something to gain from it, we like it. But you know what? This is a flawed mentality. You can't copyright sermons. You can't copyright God's music. And in reality, there's nothing wrong with the copyright, so nobody does it. But you know what? If somebody copies your DVDs or copies your book or does something, that's okay. Why? That's the whole purpose we made them. I was sitting at the International Christian Visual Media. All of the Christian media producers in North America. All the who's who, from Billy Graham to the Left Behind series. I meet with them once a year. I'm a broadcaster, so I get to meet with them. I'm a member. I'm the only Adventist member. And you know what? I hear them stand up. They stand up and say, and these are all the guys that are multimillionaires. They make $30 million movies. Okay? Oh, they don't just make $30 million movies. On the last Left Behind series, this guy gave $30 million of tithing to Jerry Falwell on one movie. You know what that means? 300 million. Okay. So I'm talking to these guys that make these movies, and I hear them stand up. You know what they say? If somebody copies your video, don't worry about it. If somebody distributes it in another foreign country or some other place, don't worry about it. That's the reason we made it. The whole purpose is to get the word out. Good night. I wish I could bring my Adventists by the neck and stick them right there. Sit down and listen to the evangelicals. We're not in here for business. By the way, this hospital is not here for business either. We don't need Adventist hospitals that are in business. We need Adventist hospitals that are in ministry. And if we're going to be in business, we don't need them. I'm Associate ADRA Director for Venezuelan Union. I would like to say, we don't need ADRA if it's not going to lead people to Christ. It's not just about paving roads, and it's not about just distributing food, which is something we should do and help people. If it doesn't have a link to some kind of fulfilling the mission of the church, we don't need it. Let World Vision do it. Did you know that World Vision builds churches all over the world? When was the last time ADRA built a church? We don't do that. This is a secular branch of the church. Well, I'll tell you what. In Venezuela, every program we do is linked to soul salvation. And if the funds that they're offering us don't allow us to do that, we just tell them we don't want your money. Oh, but couldn't you use a couple $1 million? Well, it's like putting a big... What if you're going in a boat in a circle and you put a bigger engine on it? Will you get there faster? You just go faster in a circle. I'm sorry. I'll get there with my canoe and paddle as long as I go the right direction. So therefore, I'll take some money from over there, a little bit over there. And even if big bucks is offered to me, I don't need it, thank you, because I have a direction I'm going, and your money won't let me go in that direction. So we don't need ADRAs. We don't need Adventist hospitals. We don't need Adventist schools unless they fulfill the mission of the church. Okay? Now, that might sound like heresy to you, but it isn't. It happens to be called the truth, the true witness. That happens to be the truth. We don't need to waste time in business when we have a mission to accomplish. Is that correct? Does that sound like truth to you? Of course, we got used to getting used to the other, but you know what? Use your influence. Everything you do, make sure the mission is accomplished. Now, look at it from God's point of view. Do you think God is happy with hospitals and schools and churches that fulfill the mission and address? You think He's happy? And what could be better than God's pleasure? You know that God has ways of blessing financially for institutions that carry out the mission? No wonder we're closing a lot of hospitals. We don't need them anymore. Why are they in problem? Why do we sell out half of one of our hospitals to the Catholic Church in Colorado? Why? We were in business. It was a business deal. It doesn't matter if Catholic priests and Adventist pastors sit at the same table to run an Adventist hospital. It doesn't matter anymore, does it? No, just a business. They might as well sell a whole hospital. Why even play the game? I don't know about that one. Well, but I'm saying half Adventist, half Catholic, like we did in Colorado. All I'm saying is, if you're mission-driven, you don't have to worry about the finances. God takes care of it. If you make every decision based on fulfilling the mission, even if it apparently was going to cost you, it doesn't cost you. I've discovered the secret. You never lose. If God is happy with what you're doing, you always win. And here's another little secret. I'll share 2 more secrets with you, because these are called trade secrets. I learned them by experience. Did you know right now that no matter what you do, nobody can stop you? Even if you're preaching the straight truth, nobody can stop you right now. The devil can roar, he can scream, he can do everything, but he's chained. The devil is chained right now. So no matter what you do to carry it, to preach the truth, it cannot be stopped. I've learned that by experience. When the Pope was elected, I realized, man, we got a short time. We better start putting all our good sermons at prime time. I used to put the good sermons, the good ones, after midnight. An evangelical pastor called us and said, I know what you're doing. You're putting on the best sermons after midnight, but we get up with our elders and we still look at them. But after the Pope was elected, we put him on in prime time, 9 in the morning, 1 o'clock afternoon, 8, 9 at night. The best sermons, the ones on prophecy that speak it straight. And immediately we got a reaction. There was a movement in South America to take us off the air, and in Bolivia specifically, the Catholic Church began to collect. By the way, you might think it's a Catholic Church against it. They're not. The nuns invited us to lunch. They said, your station is our favorite station. The Catholic Church, the Catholic members actually come in and give us offerings. Evangelicals, we're their favorite station. So we're not talking about the hostility of the viewers. We're talking about a hierarchy, right? They noticed the influence. So they started collecting 150,000 signatures to get us off the air. My director of programming called and said, David, we better change our programming. They're going to take us off the air. I said, so what? But David, we're going to go off the air. We got to be careful what we preach. No, we don't. Now it's easier than tomorrow. Tomorrow's only going to be worse. And she told me about the 150,000 signatures. She said, within 2 weeks, they expect to be able to go to the government with a petition to take us off the air. I think that's God's problem, not our problem. Besides, too much of a headache. If we get closed, I can sleep better at night. And then God knows how to keep us on the air if He wants to. I really don't want to do business unless God's protecting it anyhow. Why should I waste my time? I don't mind doing it straight. Let God protect me. Surround me with angels. I've been assaulted by gangs in Peru. My angel appeared by my side and pulled me out. I've been hijacked. I've been beaten with clubs. Excuse me. I'm used to walking in dangerous situations, but if God didn't save my life, I'm dead meat already. How many of us could say that if God hadn't protected us, we'd be dead already? Many of us, right? So therefore, we have nothing to fear in the future because God's already saved our hide so many times. Let Him save it again. Because He would have to save it because we're doing the right thing. We're not doing the wrong thing. So you know what happened? Just a few days short of the final petition to the government, they called elections I think they accelerated the elections. And they elected a communist government. And the communist government never even invited the Catholic Church to the inauguration.